Hello everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome back to 30 Days of Sketches Series 14. I am on day 4 and the sketch today is by Brandy Joe. It is a 2-page sketch. However, I am going to either squish it into one page or just use one side. I'm not really sure exactly where I'm going yet. But my plan is to work with this little page kit that I have. I think it's a leftover. I think I have already created the layout with it, and this is what was left over. So it is from Photoplay, and it is called Heart and Home. And yeah, my plan is to go ahead and use this piece. It's all kind of crinkled up, which I'm going to have to go with a distressed look anyways. But we're going to go ahead and use this side for the corner pieces, and maybe a bit of this side too. We'll maybe do like a double layer on the corner, and then we'll use the rest of it for matting, and we'll just kind of see where I go from there. I'll grab a piece of cardstock so I've got a white base to work with, maybe add in that little bit of mixed media that you can see from Brandy's sketch to kind of give it that nod to it as well. Anyways, let's get you on fast forward and see what I come up with. All right, so I'm gonna start by just tearing the paper and do 2 corners. I'm planning on this to be a 12 by 12 layout, so I just figured I'll tear and I'll figure out the rest from there, not knowing what photos I'm going to use, anything like that. I wanted to utilize this pattern paper by having 2 layers. I saw this was reminded to me by a layout I saw in the gallery when I was doing the community layout chair, and it was so pretty. I loved the double layer, and so I'm doing that. I'm just making that my layers different colors, so you know, A side versus B side, which is why I've torn off another strip of that. And because this is all wrinkled paper and everything, I am trying to make it wonky and not, you know, perfect. I need that kind of distressed look so that it fits the vibe of the fact that everything's kind of all crooked and ripped up, not ripped up, but you know, tore up and wrinkled up. Once I had done that, I went in and actually looked at my photos, and I found a couple that I thought were going to work really well with the idea of this sketch, and the fact that I'm using the left-hand side now basically, and I'm going to make it work. But because these particular photos were taken during a vacation I'm scrapbooking in 8.5 by 11, I had to trim everything down, which is what you saw me doing there. So I cut my paper and then I trimmed my photos as well. And what is going on here is these photos of my kids. We were at a place called Hell's Gate, and it's a tram that you take down to see by the Fraser River, and it just talks about all of that, and it's just a really neat stop along the way. But there were these wood carvings, and they were just so intricate and gorgeous, and my kids loved them. And there was one that it's a stack of animals. I'm assuming it's called a totem when it's a stack like that. I don't know, but anyways, we loved it. And so I took a photo of that. I have one of 2 of my kids by an eagle bench that was carved out, like it's a bench and then there's eagles carved out of it. It's insane. And so that is what is going to be told in these. And I figured, like I said, this sketch is going to work really well. I'm just taking parts from this page kit and making them work. The B side of one of the patterns had the ability to have some journaling spots, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to cover up the word favorites because that's not really needed. And I really wanted to get the photo of all the animals in there. So I've made this stretch completely across the page. You don't have a lot of real estate when you're doing 8.5 by 11, so you kind of have to make it work. I still think you can see the sketch influence from it, so I'm fine. And then I'm just going to do some wonky borders because this is going to just be 1 page on its own versus a lot of these layouts for this particular trip are going to be 2 pages. And so I want to kind of have it all linked together. And then the rest of the layout comes together really fast, so I'll come back live and share that with you now. All right, layout complete. I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I did just simply add in a few extras by taking the same pattern paper and fussy cutting out some of the florals. That's really what I used for embellishment here. I used 4 of these little hearts that were in the little page kit that I had. And outside of the page kit, I just simply added this cute little salmon because you can't really see the salmon down. He's at the bottom here, and I've almost kind of covered him up. So I wanted to kind of highlight that because I did write about it in the journaling. And then I added this little banner here and this little tab just for, again, a visual triangle of embellishments going on. And I'm calling it a day. It's going into, like I said, a travel album, and so it doesn't need to be too crazy and out there. I don't need to fill it all. I did consider going in with some sequins and all of that, but I think I'm just gonna let it be. What did I do with my leftovers? So I didn't have a ton. I had a little bit of this pattern paper that I trimmed into, and then I think on the other side here, those hearts, I still have those little candles, and then just a few pieces of stash left over from that page kit. So I just included it into the next one that was using the same collection that I found, and we'll see if I can get a layout created out of that as well. Again, so taking a 2-page layout and kind of just taking on the right hand side of it, I kind of took out the left hand side, with the exception that I took the idea of squishing it together with the papers on both corners. But I did the kind of the 2 photos design from the, I keep saying right hand side, I'm so sorry, the left hand side of the sketch from Brandy. All right, links will be down below, so you can check out Brandy's Instagram if you're interested in the Facebook group for 30 Days of Sketches, and I will see you all again soon. Bye everyone.